up to speed on the latest in sports. I'm Sean Yao. The PBA On Tour stopped by the University of Santo Tomas in Manila for exciting basketball action. There, the NLEX Road Warriors and the Meralco Bolts both racked up wins. Marty Bautista tells us more.
From Pasig, the PBA On Tour arrived in España in Manila for the first time. During the Meralco Bolts Barangay Ginebra Jing Kings game, former UST Growling Tigers Alain Maliksi and Aljun Mariano were first to score for their respective teams. However, the game was not close for long due to Meralco's lights-out shooting. The Bolts wasted no time and zoomed to a 16-point lead in the first quarter. From there, the Jing Kings played catch-up but could not get over the hump. Final score 106-93 for Meralco. Maliksi, who led the Bolts with 23 points in the game, said he arrived at his alma mater 1 hour before call time.
Ang sarap sa pakiramdam na makalaro ulit dito sa UST, syempre, and also a lot of memories na naalala ko nung I was a student athlete here, and also very excited to come back nung medyo mga 1 hour before the call time pumunta ako dito, and pinuntahan ko yung mga nasa admin dito na familiar faces nung nandito pa din sila, binati ko sila, tsaka yung mga doctors na sumusuporta sa amin, mga alumni.
In the first game, the NLEX Road Warriors rallied past the Northport Batang Pier, where Pido Harencio is the current team manager and former head coach. This is a home game of sorts for Harencio, since he's the current coach of the UST Tigers. NLEX was able to break away from Northport in the payoff period after 3 quarters of close battle behind veteran Sean Anthony. Final score 95-87 for the Road Warriors. 37-year-old Anthony scored 25 points apart from 8 rebounds and 3 steals.
Given the opportunity naman, he can score anytime. We just want him to be, he can do it every game. Good for us. Kaso in our games, in every game, iba yung pumuputok . So, I think with that, I think we should be more consistent in our games.
PBA On Tour action returns to Pasig tomorrow, Friday. First to play the Phoenix Fuel Masters versus the Converge Fiber Xers at 5 p.m., followed by the TNT Tropang Giga and the San Miguel Beermen at 7:30 p.m. Catch the games live on One Sports and PBA Rush. For News 5, Marty Bautista. We are One News.
And the Netherlands took down Canada in Week 3 of the Volleyball Nations League, hosted by the Philippines. The Netherlands only needed 1 set to win, but Canada managed to fight back and take the 3rd set. However, the Dutch bounced back right away in the 4th and did not allow Canada to even come close. Final score 25-22, 25-22, 17-25, and 25-18. In the second game, a big comeback win against Slovenia showcased why Poland is number 1 in the world. Slovenia held a 2-0 set lead in the close affair, but Poland came alive and asserted themselves in the ensuing moments of the game to steal the victory. With this win, the Polish squad improved to a 7-2 win-loss record. Olympic swimmer Kayla Sanchez is looking to make her debut at the upcoming Asian Games in China. Sanchez, a silver and bronze medalist in Tokyo, will skip the World Aquatics Championships in Japan to focus on her preparations for the Asiad. The 22-year-old represented Canada in the latest edition of the Games, but has since switched allegiance to the Philippines. Sanchez will be playing under the Philippine banner for the first time via the Asiad. She is a top contender in 3 events: the 50-meter, 100-meter, and 200-meter freestyle. We're taking a timeout. The game on One News Now will return after this quick break. Stay tuned. still watching the game on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Tennis ace Novak Djokovic is through to the third round of Wimbledon after surviving his Australian foe. Jordan Thompson gave the Serbian star a tough time with a great serve and volley, but ultimately, it wasn't enough as Djokovic notched a 6-3, 7-6, 7-5 win. Djokovic is the third player after Roger Federer and Serena Williams to have reached 350 wins in Grand Slam events. And still in Wimbledon, protesters briefly interrupted play twice on day 3 after sprinkling the court with ticker tape mixed with jigsaw puzzle pieces. 2 protesters from Just Stop Oil released the debris. One of them even sat cross-legged on the turf afterwards. A similar incident occurred later on in the day. Security had been beefed up in Wimbledon on the back of a spate of protests at high-level events around Britain. Moving on to football now. Former Chelsea striker Didier Drogba's new campaign aims to stop fake agents from victimizing African players. Let's learn more about this campaign from this Reuters video.
He tells you he knows you'll get a contract.
Former Ivory Coast captain Didier Drogba says African soccer players are often falling prey to fake agents, peddling promises of fame and fortune.
Not so fast. Are you sure you can trust this person?
That's why his foundation has teamed up with Global Soccer Players Union FIFPro and the International Labour Organization. Their campaign hopes to raise awareness about the risks.
Be very careful with who you trust.
FIFPro recently surveyed 263 players from 7 African countries. It found that 70% were contacted unsolicited by someone who promised to help them switch clubs. Most often, players were offered the chance of a trial or a contract with a team. More than half did not get the trial promised, while 44% did not sign a contract they had expected to sign.
A lot of kids, I'm looking for an agent to find me a club. That's not how it works. It's your performance that gets the attention and of the clubs or of good agents, not the opposite.
The ex-Chelsea striker said young players in particular are at risk due to their eagerness to secure an agent. New FIFA regulations will come into effect from October the 1st. They will require every soccer agent to have a FIFA license, for which they will need to pass an exam.
Get your fill of the latest in sports at onesports.ph. Meantime, the Newsday continues later at 4:30 p.m. I'll see you then. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.